The key to success in a legal career is to not just stick to the law. Hi, and welcome to the Law Simplified, the world's largest independent online law school platform. I'm your instructor, Shaveen Bandaranaike. Having taught countless students over the past 9 years, those of you who are full-time students having tried their hand at law soon after high school, and others who might be mid-career professionals either trying to pivot their careers into law or to supplement it to get to greater heights in the career path that they have chosen. It's clear that there is a distinct or marked difference between the purebreds and those who have some form of external understanding of other areas, that which is separate from the law. If you like the type of content that I make on this very YouTube channel, as well as the different platforms that the Law Simplified is disseminated on, do subscribe to the Law Simplified channel. Make sure you leave a comment below so that I can have an understanding of what you exactly would like to see on this channel and the different platforms as well. Now, over the past several years, having seen across the board the different stances that students have taken, the mindset that they have in studying law, and the type of subjects that they take as well, it's clear that for most of you, there would be an element of lucrative career prospects in the backdrop. What I mean by this is, as much as fulfillment from the perspective of helping others and the community and the society at large is still lurking deep down, you need to pay your bills. You need to also succeed and be fulfilled in terms of your lifestyle. Now, to this extent, what I've noticed is that most students who succeed in the fraternity and in the career are those who actually come from different walks of life and different career paths altogether. There are plenty of examples that I've given my own fast track and masterclass students in relation to others who have traversed the paths of management, accounting, finance, sometimes even medicine and engineering, who haven't necessarily pivoted into law as such, but use their expertise from the past to leverage themselves above everyone else. Think about it. If you are presented with an opportunity to work for a particular entity, an employer, and that employer is specialized in a particular line of work, if you have the necessary competencies and knowledge in that work, having a law degree or a qualification in law only adds value to that position. Someone who comes into that position purely with the technical know-how might not have an understanding to empathetically approach circumstances, external parties, third parties at that, the same way that you would. I have oftentimes said on this very YouTube channel and the different platforms that the Law Simplified is disseminated on, that a law degree, in whatever form it is in, is much more about how you think than what you know. And most employers will tend to remunerate you for your thinking. Now, what exactly am I coming to here? What I would like to impress upon all of you is that while law should essentially be your priority in terms of a degree that you might be pursuing right now, the reason why you've encountered this particular video on the YouTube channel, and you might want to peruse the description on this particular video as well to see what courses you can enroll in, the reality is that a law degree and a qualification in law at that is insufficient in the contemporary context. If you're someone who is using this qualification or the law in general to elevate yourself in your current place of work, and that current place of work is a place which is devoid of the actual nuances of the law, say for example, you're in a career in engineering, then that's completely fine because your purpose is different. But presume you're someone who is trying to do this, trying to do a qualification in law in order to get into the profession, the fraternity itself. My recommendation beyond anything else is that try and parallel, or at least subsequent to your law degree, inculcate or amalgamate to it another qualification, perhaps not in the same breadth, but still something that gives you a value addition and a leverage above everyone else. I've had students from engineering backgrounds that have done phenomenally well in the fraternity, in the legal field, primarily because they might have the technical know-how that a purebred law student or graduate in law might not have. They often do well even in the context of arbitration and alternative dispute resolution or ADR circumstances, rather than those who have purely gone through the law. Law is a fascinating subject, don't get me wrong. It does provide you context to a lot of the facets of society that you might not encounter in any other subject area. For the most part, subjects like finance, management, accounting, even engineering and technical subjects as that would essentially be relatively pigeonholed and tunnel visioning. And what I mean by that is it's very specific and it's very technical that oftentimes you might not see things in the periphery. Law, on the other hand, is very different. We do contract law and have an understanding of relationships between commercial persons. We do commercial law to understand about sale of goods and international trade. We have an understanding of share transactions when we look at company law. Politics in terms of jurisprudence. The judicial system in terms of administrative law or public law in general. So it's relatively wide when it comes to the subject areas. But one thing that you don't get is an understanding of specifics in an industry, because it's always better to be a master of one than a jack of all trades. It's better to be specific and have an understanding of a unique niche as opposed to going as wide as possible. So, what's the takeaway from this video? While you are pursuing your LLB, your GDL, your LLM from an academic perspective, or the SQE, the LPC, or the BPC in a vocational or professional context, with time, try and supplement that with another qualification. It can be in accounting, it can be in management, it can be in engineering for that matter. Just make sure that you have options available to you in order to pursue a pathway that is unique to you. The subjects that you select, the areas of expertise you want to inculcate for yourself will not just help you yourself in terms of a lucrative career path, but also enrich the fraternity at large, and thereby, by extension, the society as well. That being said, until the next time that we meet, have fun, stay safe, and as always, obey the law.